Hi guys, welcome to another edition of our Dynasty Spotlight series. Today we're going to be highlighting BYU quarterback Zach Wilson, who recently declared. He's about 6'3", 210 pounds. The doc here, Ryan Milletti, is going to talk a little more, give us a breakdown of his game.
Yeah, so Zach Wilson, very talented quarterback, came a little bit out of left field in the past couple of years. I mean, it's been obvious. Lawrence and Fields and Lance to an extent too. And Wilson just kind of burst onto the scene in the last couple of years, and he backed it up again with another good season this year. I mean, the guy has a lot of different talents. I don't think he has an elite arm. It's good, not great, in my opinion, but he can do a lot, creating outside of the pocket, moving, and his accuracy had a big jump this year as well. We saw a big improvement there. And at the end of the day, I mean, the guy's a winner. I mean, he's got the tools to become a really good pro in this league. I mean, and I keep thinking, too, about, I went back and forth on who I kind of think of when I see him play. And, I've heard a lot of comparisons out there. Some people have said Mahomes, which doesn't make sense to me just because of the arm talent difference. I've seen other people say Johnny Manziel, which I could kind of see for the backyard football, kind of get out of the pocket, make something happen ability. For me, when I watch him play, just standing in the pocket and making some throws, he kind of reminds me of like a Jared Goff, where he's kind of a thinner quarterback, and he throws a good ball, pretty accurate, not great arm strength again, but he can make all the throws you need. I think he's got a bright future, especially the fact that he's going to have some rushing upside as well.
Yeah, I like those comparisons a lot. The one thing that does stick out to me is just how he can kind of throw from all angles and just, while he's moving to the left, to the right, doesn't matter. Can evade some defenders in the pocket. Really good running the ball past the line of scrimmage as well. So really good athlete, a natural athlete it seems, which kind of draws some of the Carson Wentz comparisons to me a little bit. A guy who can move, not quite as thick as Wentz, but also Drew Lock is another guy who kind of, in a good way. I still think Drew Lock has a lot of potential and talent. So getting into potential NFL landing spots, my dream scenario for him is he actually lands with a team who already has an established quarterback who's maybe a year or two away from turning to the rookie. Right. A team like Atlanta, where he can sit behind Matt Ryan for a year or two, or maybe even San Fran with Jimmy Garoppolo.
I like that.
I feel like just from a development standpoint, I don't think he's ready to play year one, at least at a high level. I'd love for him to kind of learn the NFL game a little more, learn to stand in the pocket a little longer, not that he gives up on plays, but tries to extend them a little too soon sometimes. And,
exactly.
But yeah, what about any potential landing spots?
So I actually had San Fran as well, because I think, if Jimmy G doesn't get the job done next year, maybe they move on. They have him to come in and throw the ball to their nice young core of weapons they've got. A couple other spots that I was thinking of would have been like Detroit, with up in the air with Stafford's future. He'd have some weapons like Galladay, maybe if they sign him to throw the ball to. And I'm trying to think of Carolina. I think was the other one I had. And we saw Teddy Bridgewater get benched yesterday. Is it just because it's week 17? They want to see what PJ Walker has? I don't know. They invested in Teddy, but I think that would probably be the ideal spot for me because, again, that's a situation where Teddy can kind of take the reins at the start of the year. Zach Wilson could come in if Teddy doesn't perform well, and he's got, a great set of weapons. DJ Moore, Robbie Anderson, Curtis Samuel, Christian McCaffrey coming back. I think that would be probably the perfect landing spot, and I think it's realistic, too, based on where he's projected to go right now.
Yeah, I actually love all those spots as well. Detroit and Carolina were two that came to my mind. So assuming that he lands in one of those spots that we've named, where would you see yourself in an upcoming Masters Dynasty rookie draft taking him? First, second, third round, or not even touching him?
I would probably draft him, but, especially in that scenario where he is coming in as a backup, I think, maybe you take him in the third round, if at all. Right. I think of this year, Justin Herbert was in that kind of position. Jordan Love, who still hasn't played yet. But, I think that's realistic. Maybe late third or mid-third, something like that at the very most if you're a fan of his play. I think he will get on the field next year. But I can't justify a high pick in a rookie draft on him.
Right, I completely agree. And actually, a couple years back, I would have almost recommended not drafting him at all because, I'd have said, there's a lot of these guys you can just pick up as the year goes on. He's not going to play right away. But then, I mean, we've seen with Justin Herbert and some of these guys more recently, it's worth just taking a flyer, grab them in the third round while you can, and they're going to get their shot. These quarterbacks who get drafted in the first round, they're going to see the field sooner rather than later.
Exactly.
But, yeah, definitely an exciting talent, someone who I think is going to be a name to watch. You agree?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, and then we'll do the question that Jonathan always asks, since he's not here. Do we think Zach Wilson is relevant in 3 to 5 years from now? That's an interesting one. I think yes.
I think yes, too. And I hope he doesn't play much as a rookie, but I hope 3 to 5 years from now we're debating whether or not he's worth that franchise quarterback money for whatever team drafted him.
Right. And selfishly, I hope he goes to a team like Carolina or San Fran, just so he could have that Joe Brady in Carolina or Shanahan in San Fran to kind of, take him under their wing, and they could do a lot of cool stuff with him. So, yeah, I think he's got a bright future. And I noticed that it's getting kind of harder as we get through these videos to justify if they'll be relevant or not. So.
Yeah.
But I think that's all we got on Zach Wilson.
Yeah, that's it. That's Zach Wilson. If you like the show, hit the subscribe button. We always appreciate you listeners, and
Absolutely.
take care.
We'll see you next time.